Boker Tov, everyone. Boker Or. May a beautiful morning light surround you. It's so nice for us to get together and to meditate. I just finished reading a book by Ariel Berger. It's called Witness. Ariel Berger was a teaching assistant for the late Elie Wiesel up in Boston University. And it's a touching memoir of Elie Wiesel's teaching, his method of teaching, the way he discussed things with his students, his relationship with his students. One of the sections, one of the pieces of wisdom that I took away from the book is how Elie Wiesel understood the otherness of people. The otherness of people. Too often, we want to find the commonality between each other. We want to find that which we can agree upon. We want to find all the commonalities. We want to find all of those ways that we agree. We want to find all of those ways that we can agree with another person. And he was saying that's not always the right thing to do. If you really want to have a relationship with people, you have to see and accept the otherness. That doesn't mean you agree with them. As a matter of fact, it's almost better to look for those parts of another person standing in front of you that are quite different from yourself, and to try to see the world from that person's point of view. That's how you grow. That's how you expand your mind and your soul and your heart. Not always by looking for the commonalities, but by looking for the uniqueness, the differences, the otherness of other people. So often, and I'm as guilty of this as anyone else. Someone is talking to you, or me, and I will be looking for common or similar experiences in my own life so I can understand them. And what I end up doing is seeing the world in my way and assuming that the person speaking to me is seeing the world in the same way. I think it's much better to sit back and without preconceived notions and to listen to that person in their otherness. Don't assume that you have had an experience or the experience that they are expressing to you is that you have experienced that. It could be totally different. There could be nuances. There's maybe some similarities, but you have to, if you really want to know that person, if you really want to love that person, see not just the commonalities, but see the otherness, the uniqueness, the differences between you and them. Before we proceed to our before we proceed to our meditation, I'd like to read you something written by Susan Pullis Schutz. We need to feel more. We need to feel more to understand others. We need to love more to be loved back. We need to cry more to cleanse ourselves. We need to laugh more to enjoy ourselves. We need to establish the values of honesty and fairness when interacting with people. We need to establish a strong ethical basis as a way of life. We need to see more than our own little fantasies. We need to hear more and listen to the needs of others. We need to give more and take less. We need to share more and own less. We need to realize the importance of the family as a backbone to stability. We need to look more and realize that we're not so different from one another. But we are different. We need to create a world where we can all peacefully live a life we choose. We need to create a world where we can once again trust each other. Now, find yourself in a comfortable place where you're unlikely to be disturbed for the next few moments. A place where you can sit quietly with your back straight, your chin parallel to the floor. Let your hands rest peacefully, somehow maybe on your lap or on the armrests of the surface where you are sitting. And just allow your eyes to close for a few moments. We're going to meditate for about 14 minutes. As the sound of this bell fades into the distance, allow yourself to close your eyes and to enter into a meditative state. To own this day, to own the next few minutes, to take possession of the next few moments, to allow yourself to be here in this place, wherever this place may be, and to dwell fully in this moment. Not the last moment. That belongs to the past. Not the future moment. That belongs to that which will unfold. But this moment, own, fully possess, fully dwell in this moment. There are no tasks to be performed, no shoulds or should nots. This is a moment of freedom to feel whatever you're feeling, to feel it deeply. Without judgment, to acknowledge suffering and wounds that you may have sustained. This is a moment to observe and to feel whatever you're feeling. Not so much to think about or to rationalize or to analyze, but simply to feel. For far too long we've been cut off from our feelings, our passions, our love for ourselves, and our love for each other. Acknowledging and experiencing our deepest feelings, we show compassion for ourselves. We begin with compassion and love of ourselves. We don't have to think about remedies, past causes. We can just acknowledge wherever we're hurting, wherever we are wounded, and to allow God's comfort, God's compassion to wash over us. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You shall love your fellow human beings as you love yourself. You shall love your fellow creatures as you love yourself. Tsar Baalei Chaim. We acknowledge the struggles, the challenges faced by all of God's creatures. And we listen to our deepest feelings. Without judgment, without categorization. We don't have to categorize or analyze or explain what we're feeling. We are just feeling what we're feeling today. When we are connected to our hearts, our souls are deepened, our appreciation for life is deepened, expanded. We see textures, colors in our existence that we may not have been aware of. And we allow that compassion for ourselves to radiate outwardly. We can feel it radiating outward from our bodies with that self-acceptance. We feel a compassion for others, even if we don't agree with them, even if they are different from us. We see that they are wounded like us in a different way, unique ways. And there's a compassion, a deep compassion, a deep respect. Respect means to see deeply, to go below the surface. Theodore Reich, the great psychoanalyst, wrote a book called Listening with the Third Ear. Listening with the third ear, which is the inner ability to hear one's own deeper voice, and to hear more deeply that inner voice of others. To listen not just to the words, but to connect with the deep feelings, our own deep feelings, and the deep feelings of others as well.